A rally late in the fourth quarter in game number 4 for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Last night in Dallas against the Mavericks to even up this second round set at 2 games all. We welcome you back to the early line on this Tuesday morning right here all across the SportsGrid network. Donny Rightside has had ultimate belief in the Oklahoma City Thunder for the entirety of this postseason, entering this Western Conference semifinal series against Dallas. That included in Game 4 last night. OKC, a very slight 1.5 point road underdog in Game number 4 against the Mavs. By the time we got the tip last night in Dallas, only 4 cents separated these two clubs on the money line. Minus 110 for the Mavericks, minus 106 on the other side for the Thunder. And because of that second half rally, OKC has tied this series at 2 games apiece. Donnie, OKC was down by as many as 14 early in the second half. They rallied to win 196 outright as an underdog against the Mavericks, who had a dismal night shooting, a dismal night trying to make a free throw, and it cost the Mavs late. This series again tied at 2 games all.
Yeah, we talked about this series from last week, and I know you're a little bit disappointed in me when they lost that second game and it was 1-1. And I didn't change my thought process because I still told you Oklahoma was going to win this series. But now expectations were to change. You go on the road, it's not supposed to be, all right, let's just pick up an easy win in Game 3 and Game 4. We'll head back home up 3-1. I said, you know what? All they need to do is get a, push out of this, basically 1-1 when you go on the road and head back, and they'll be just fine. I thought they would. Getting a little bit nervous last night, that 30-20 first quarter here, and then down double digits at the break, and you said almost 15 points by the time we hit the third quarter. But look at that defense in the third quarter. Only 22 points scored by Oklahoma City, but they held the Dallas Mavericks to only 15 points. Then look at the fourth quarter, turned on the Jets on offense, 35 points, and held Dallas down to 27 points. That's a big-time win because also, when we talked about coming into the playoffs for OKC, and I'll keep reiterating this, we weren't trusting them. Maybe they were trusting themselves inside the building. Loved what I saw in round number 1, but didn't get a lot of credit because of an injured Pelicans team. That's what you're supposed to do, apparently, is just sweep NBA teams. Then you saw game number 1. We looked really impressive against the Mavericks. Then you hit that adversity, losing game 2 and losing game number 3, only to turn it up with down double digits in the second half. And I brought up Shea Gilders Alexander. That's an awesome performance, playing over 40 minutes, not turning the basketball over, and despite shooting 27 times from the floor, getting 34 points. And also, how about your B players? Holmgren, 40 minutes played, but efficient, Ben. 6 of 9 from the floor, 5 of 6 from the free throw line, 1 of 2 from three-point range with 18 points. I loved what I saw out of OKC yesterday. And if you guys out there aren't believing, like, we got to wait to see if they can take on Denver or Minnesota, you're missing the train right now. It's a good basketball team that just showed you why. Could have easily folded up. You know what? It's a great season, Ben. Dropped by 20 points in game number 4. We'll try to play well at home, but we know by game 6 or 7, we're going to be going home. Not the case here. OKC back in the driver's seat now.
OKC was only an underdog one other time entering last night. That was game 3. It was a 2-point spread in favor of the Mavericks. They won. They covered that number in game number 3. So to show that resilience last night, big things out of the Thunder. Last night was also the lowest total we have seen so far in this series at 215 and a hook. It stays under. 3 unders out of 4 games so far in this second round set. OKC actually under in 6 of their 8 playoff games so far. And that defense was stifling late. Lou Dort, a great job against Luca Doncic, who shot 6 of 20 from the floor. And from 3 last night, the struggle's apparent once again for Luca. Just 2 of 9 from deep. Kyrie Irving, abysmal as well. Only 9 points, the second time in the 4 games of this series that Kyrie Irving has scored in single digits. It was P.J. Washington leading the way with 21 points, making 5 threes in 3 consecutive games. But again, and this is no shot at P.J. Washington, if your starting 5 includes Luca and Kyrie, P.J. Washington cannot be your leading scorer with 21 points. And the Mavericks, Donnie, just 12 of 23 from the charity stripe last night.
Yeah, let's just say, that point is valid for you, Ben, where you say to yourself, okay, Lou Dort's an unbelievable defensive player, and he takes away a superstar. That doesn't say, look, well, that's okay for Kyrie because he's not supposed to score against a great defender with 9 points. Do we say the same thing when the number one wide receiver goes up against a number one corner? Like, you know what, that number one wide receiver not expected to do big things. No, you expect him to dominate because that's what you pay him to do. And you're right about that, which I do like P.J. Washington. Talked about him on the radio yesterday. I love the hot hand guys. Make 3-point shots. You talked about it yesterday. 2.5 was that number, easily surpassed it. But I was still going after FanDuel. Had a great boost yesterday that ended up losing. It was Doncic, it was Irving, and it was SGA to each get 20 points. So to me, I thought I was just betting, will Kyrie Irving get to 20 points, some down performances? I think he'll bounce back, and he wasn't able to do that. That's great defense, man. You hold the Dallas Mavericks offense to under 100 points in their own gym. I love that, man. So that shows you OKC can score and OKC can play D. Got those same type of vibes from Minnesota right now. I love what I see out in the West right now.
12 of 23 from the free throw line. Luca Doncic walked to the free throw line with 10 seconds remaining in regulation. The Mavs down 2, and he missed the first. You got to take advantage when they are free at the charity stripe. So now we are tied at 2 games apiece, where Oklahoma City returns home. One of the best teams at home throughout the association in this regular season and into the playoffs. Of course, they have played 4 home games. They did lose game 2 against the Mavericks. OKC, a 4.5-point home favorite for game number 5 tomorrow at home, looking to take that 3-2 series lead. And DRS, they enter game number 4 with Dallas a minus 220 favorite to win this series outright. As we said yesterday, if you like OKC on the money line as a very slight road underdog, you better jump on that series price as you can, because the Thunder now a series outright favorite at minus 158.
And they should be. This is why you play all season long, to get that number 1 seed. So when you have pivotal games, they're in your building. It's 2-2. Now the best of 3 is in your own building. You should be able to take care of business. Win game 5, that before you go on the road and try to close it out. But if it doesn't happen, you know what you get, Ben? Game 7 in your own building to win it here. I like OKC. I loved what I saw last night. You want to give me a team that fights through adversity like they did last night to even up that series? You got me, man. Let's go, OKC.